Hello, 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 everyone. I'll wait until it's like loaded everywhere. I'll be dragging her actual name. Um,
Okay.
so people can actually understand what I'm talking about, what we are talking about. I'm
Are we
waiting
able
until
to
this
hear it? Can
pops
we?
up on the Facebook Live. Usually take about like 40 seconds. We have a huge storm going on. I've been going call to call, and okay, we're live on the Facebook. I'm gonna give it a tag. And I've been going call to call, and then in between calls, right now, a rich and hydrated podcast, Diamonds and Demons edition, and I'm gonna add that on the Twitters too. Um, and like it's raining. And right before our call, I was like, okay, shit, this is the only moment where I can really do like poopy scoopy.
Oh,
So this is just how I look. Oh, okay, this is working. Okay. Um, Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
So last week after our call, you texted me, fuck, I wish we had discussed this, and you sent me a video.
Yes.
And this is kind of like the downside of being we are going to be talking about Lauren Pons. Her Instagram name is Flourish with Lauren. And she's a beautiful lady, blonde, a very classic American beauty, right? And she thrives off finally it's the second video I've ever seen from her.
Oh, okay. I've
Kelly
never seen her before.
Okay,
So,
Kelly sent me a video where this girl starts to talk about like women love being owned. And if you get like if you get triggered by the word owned, what I mean is like they love being claimed. They love being chosen. That's the first video that Kelly showed me, and then the first video that I've seen is of her on the Twitter where she goes like men's love language is physical touch, is sex, is raw, blah 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 blah. And obviously the fucking comments on the Instagram and the Twitter are fucking all the men. Like all the men are like, oh my god, a woman finally says it. And I remember specifically commenting when that video happened on Twitter. I'm like, look at all the fucking delulus in the fucking comments. Because for one, we're gonna go more into her. Like, this whole like trad wife thing has become a whole fetish and a porn. Like it's a pornified version of reality.
I know.
It's and there is this again, like the distortion of what trad wives reality, right? Like
Right.
for one, the trad wife, how it's being depicted, right?
Mhm.
Like this, she's walking around in like these flowy dresses, she's
Right.
baking fresh. And by the way, if you can afford a wife like that, good for fucking you. But the amount of finances that it requires for one, to run a single income household, one, to not only run a single income household, but to have a woman that is so safe that she can just kind of naivete float around, right?
Right.
Instead of what the current environment of the world requires, which is like we need masculinity, we need a roughness to survive as women, right? But everyone's like, oh, if only more women like this would exist. I'm like, that's not the way it goes. Like it's not these women exist and then like you come. No, you have to massively fucking provide and be a fucking financial baller, plus be a pleasant person on top of the financial baller, in
Right.
order to create a dynamic that like this. And it's funny, so I commented, so all like again in all the men are like, oh my god, again, fucking they're fucking cock sucking each other off, right? Like, oh my god, this is so amazing. I'm like, if you think she's spitting some kind of truth, you are lacking the self-awareness of what it requires of you
Right.
as a caretaker to create an environment like that. If
That's right.
your woman isn't all over you, then you are lacking, bro.
Right.
If we're gonna use this angle, right? If your
Right.
woman is not all fucking over you and she's not just floating around like la 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 like a fucking Disney princess, you are lacking as a male.
Right.
This is not women have lost some kind of plot. I'm sure there's some feminists that have lost the plot, but you as a male are lacking.
Right.
So I just went in the comments. I'm like, it's funny how all these men are asking a lot of questions, but none of them are asking, why doesn't my woman love me this much?
Right.
So, anyway, so the trad fucking fetish porn that it's turned into right now. Give it to me.
Yeah. And so that's the thing, right? Like, I actually don't have a problem with actual traditional gender roles and whatever. I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think it's appropriate, especially, I mean, I'm a petite person. I understand who I am in the world and I get it, you know. I'm not opposed to that. Where I get resentful is what you said, is that the commoditization, right, of taking something that is supposed to be sacred and beautiful and you commoditize it. Then in order to sell it, you've got to romanticize it. So you're showing this burnt out bitch behind a desk in a cubicle saying this, you know, this is you. And they sold you on this grift of, you know, being a career woman when you could be this Disney fucking princess. And I'm like, no, I've been a stay-at-home mom and I look like that bitch behind the desk because I was getting up every morning for children in the middle of the night for children to clean, to cook, to change diapers, to change sheets, to change couch covers, to vacuum, to sweep up, to mop up. I was in a constant state of cleaning and organizing.
Constant state of responding.
Right.
How dare you not looking fabulous and sucking your husband's cock like 5 times a day on top of that.
That's not what, you know, and it's like you've taken what, I mean, if you look at what a traditional wife was, it was my fucking grandma. Okay. And my grandma was taking care of 5 boys. She cooked and cleaned all goddamn day.
Only
to sundown. That is all she fucking did. I'm like, and I mean, and I don't know that she ever learned to turn it off because she had 5 boys. So it's just like, I think she just kept doing it. Like, even after the boys left, she was still just cooking and everybody was just kept coming and everybody just kept eating because she's just like, I don't know how to stop. I just keep cooking because, you know, and it's like, but like, that's what she was. Like, she was a resourceful woman. She had skills. She had household skills. She could manage time. She could manage space. She could manage money. She was, I mean, that's not what I'm seeing in this whole trad wife shit, right? I'm seeing push-up bras and like 1950s updos.
Pinup style. By the way, can we even pause at what a aesthetic of that cost time-wise?
Yeah.
And monetary.
Right. Oh, 100%.
This is not a, you know, these bitches wake up like this natural beauty. No. This is, they get up at 5 a.m., do their hair for 3 fucking hours, which is fine if you live. And again, even we're getting even into this, like, that lifestyle works for sole income if you're making balling money in a fucking city. Because ain't no one doing their pinup hair while having to feed the fucking chickens.
Right.
Or having any type of fucking animals, right? So you as a male have to make ballin' money. You have to alleviate any stressors, external stressors, for her to be able to live that way, for her even to be called in a way like, oh my God, I want to be dolled up. I want to be. Go on.
Yeah. No, that's it. And it's, I think, you know, and look, I have no beef with the actual lifestyle, like living like my grandma, no problem. I have full respect for that. Like full respect for that woman. Okay.
And we don't romanticize it over here though.
Correct. It's a choice like anything else. It's work like anything else. It's just a matter of where you find your fulfillment and whether or not there is actually an economic opportunity for you to do that. Okay. And so that's fine. As choices go, do you, but like, be real about it and be honest, you know? And that's my thing about the whole trad wife thing, right? Like
just all honest. These men, like, hey, they make $3K like barely. And they're like, where are all the trad women? My wife doesn't love me like that. She could use a lesson from you. Bitch, I'm too fucking stressed to fucking make money up in this bitch. What are you talking about?
Right. Like, I know it's yeah. And so
what are they doing? Yeah, working.
I have not listened to other stuff that woman has said.
It's rough.
Yeah. And you did it so I don't have to.
It's really rough. And it's emotional work. It's emotional labor. Feminist term finally. it's like, I know there's we have these online terms that have been reused and have lost meaning. This
Right.
is a level of pornified pick me without the
Mhm.
actual nudity
Right.
that is disrespectful to
Yeah.
any woman
Yeah.
who's just trying to fucking make it out there.
Yeah.
Because now you're not only saying like, hey, woman, feminism, like, look, feminism has brain rotted a lot of people. No
100%.
fucking, no argument there. We can add, like, feminism is like NATO when it reached its first goal, which was equality and NATO, right? Like, it should have ceased existing.
Right. It expired a long time
It
ago. And we can
expired,
smell
and because it didn't expire, it kept
it.
gaining more momentum and just making shit up. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
feminism, brain rot, first fucking class. But now you have these like traditional pornified without nudity trad women, social media trad women, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the amount of content she pumps out is a whole job in of itself. I can, like, she has 500,000 followers just on Instagram, which means she monetizes on that. So you're not that trad wife after all.
No. Right. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you're still balling of ideas that you're not even living by. Because
Right.
in a traditional relationship, or the polarity, you are fully taken care of, so you can devote yourself to the house, to the household, and your husband.
Right.
So now what's happening is that women like that are giving other women who are just trying to fucking exist, man, like just trying to make it, a
Right.
bad name. Because not only are you working and you're bad for having to work, right? Like, you clearly did something wrong as a woman for having to work.
Yeah.
Not only you don't look perfect 24 fucking 7, and
Right.
you're not doing enough for your husband.
Right.
I'm like, wow, that's like
Yeah.
the opposite of the feminism brain rot. Like, it's the same spectrum, is just two opposites.
The video that I sent you, okay, and I don't know if we can share that or anything, but I want people to see it. I do. I don't mind her getting the clicks for it, but like,
No, all good.
yeah, but I think,
let me see if I can stream the audio, because the audio will be fine. Like, as if I can incorporate the audio. If not, I'll just because she has subtitle, I'll just fucking read what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Women want to be owned. It's true. We want to not like a prisoner or property or something that you control. We want to be claimed, chosen, and protected. And unfortunately, society has taught women that being owned means being trapped, silenced, or devalued. And that's not true. That's not what ownership means. That is not what I'm talking about. Real ownership is the opposite of being stray. Stray means being unattached, half in, half out, entertaining attention, keeping doors open. And most women don't thrive there. It creates anxiety because there's no container, there's no leadership, and there's no safety. Healthy ownership is an agreement a woman makes with a man. It's chosen and it's consensual. It sounds like this: you're with me. If I've got you, you're safe with me. And here's the most beautiful part about that. When a man claims you the right way, you become part of him. Not beneath him, not smaller than him, but part of him. You guys are in unity. So he can't hurt you without hurting himself. He can't disrespect you without disrespecting his own name. He cannot betray you without betraying his own identity. That is positive ownership, responsibility, protection, and devotion. And it's not control, and that's why it creates safety, because a man protects what he claims and a woman softens up when she feels claimed. You can't convince me otherwise.
She spent the better part of that video backing out of the obvious implications and connotations of the word ownership.
Hey, we fucking go. She's doing what all the fucking leftovers are doing, which create new meaning to words.
For no fucking reason. For no fucking reason.
No, for clickbait reason. Clickbait reason.
You know that's why. You know exactly that's why.
Because I'm like, clickbait reason.
Right. You wanted to have some sort of edgy shit in your title. And so you said women want to be owned. And then you spent the rest of the fucking video saying, but it's not really ownership. And you completely went off the fucking reservation on what the semantic meaning behind that word is. You had the entire English vocabulary at your disposal, and you chose ownership of all fucking words. Like, not provided for, not safe. There were so many other words you used in there. And you were like,
fuck, even claimed or chosen. Fuck yeah.
still that, would still make you feel like you're special. But I'm sorry, there's not a single fucking thing I own that if I wasn't pissed enough, I'd break it.
Or like also, like ownership is not consensual at all. It's by default a power dynamic.
Ownership is defined, the terms of ownership, that relationship is defined by the owner. When I get you, how much I spend on you, what I do with you, and when I'm done with you, all of those things are what the owner decides. And you can tell me healthy owner, but you know what? I take care of all of my shit. I do. I take care of all of my shit. But you know what? When it gets too much, I take it to the Goodwill too. And I hope it finds a new owner.
Right.
So when you're fucking done, are we trading your shit in for a new goddamn model? Because I'm the fucking owner and I want a new fucking model with shiny parts that don't sag.
And the object does not get a saying in this. Not just like when my couch annoys me, because my couch is annoying me right now, like just to give an example, the thing is gone.
Correct. Did that not that long ago. Gave away a couch, put it in the
got a new one.
Got a new one. That's what I do when I'm fed up with my shit.
Like, as an owner,
even though I take care of it, I don't beat up my stuff. I take care of it. I clean it. I do everything. I keep it orderly and all that. But you know what? I don't have room for it anymore. And I'm tired of it. I mean, that's the thing. There's another thing. You lose all agency as somebody who is owned.
As something or someone who is owned. Yeah. Hello, slavery.
Correct. This is what feminists were trying to get out of at the very outset, right? We're not just an acre and a mule, like the dowry of buying a woman and trading her for we aren't to be bartered with, right? Like you were bartering us like actual property. We didn't like it. And we're like, can we be better than that? And then you went and fucking sent us back to the dark ages with your fucking hot take. Like, and this bitch, I was just like, is she fucking serious? And I had to comment and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually trying to be generous. And the most generous thing I can say about it is that she took a completely boilerplate traditional take on relationships and then gave it a real controversial name. And repackaged
again, it's just fucking clickbait. You fucking whore, by the way. Yeah. You fucking digital whore. I'm telling 100%, you, 100%. This is traditional porn without the nudity. Yeah. Where you're pimping yourself out just for the fucking clicks. And baby, I don't have a problem with people making money, even in fucking shady ways. You do fucking you. If people fall for that shit, you do fucking you. But let's call a spade a spade.
Correct. Let's not be dishonest. We don't have to be dishonest. We can be honest about it.
Exactly.
And it's like, and it's like, and where it was shared, they were like, just hear her out till the end. You'll be surprised. And I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm not delighted.
The surprise stayed away. Look, and surprise never arrived. Look, and even if she had gotten women want to be owned. Okay, that's a little bit shady of me, but let me tell you what I actually mean. I would have respected her.
Yeah, she would have backed out of it immediately. But she really wanted to keep that word. And the whole time, everything she was describing was not ownership. None of it. I have no relationship with anything that I own that way at all. Like right down to a dog. Right down to a fucking dog. I don't own it. And it's like, I don't own it in that way. Like when I own a dog, like I don't love it like a spouse.
Can you imagine also weird. My dogs have a saying?
In anything.
In anything?
Right.
Like I have 6 dogs, right? Can you imagine my dog being like, no, I want to go, I want to eat this right now. The fuck you ain't?
This is what we're doing.
No, I want to chase the chicken. The fuck you don't? The fuck? What do you mean?
No. This is not even a democracy. No. Right. And what was more is like the fact that she was regarding women as strays was like, oh my fucking God, can you debase them anymore? Like, I was like, she lost me there. Like, I was trying to be generous with my interpretation, and I was there up until the point that this hoe decides I'm a fucking stray. I'm like, no, hoe. No. You know what? Like, for real. Like, calling women strays because they're not with a man is like, so like women are just out here like, like please adopt me. I'm so fucking helpless. I'm just sitting here kind of crying on the side of the road in a bag, waiting and kind of prowling around and digging through people's trash because I don't know what else to do. Please take me home and domesticate me because I'm just this feral fucking thing that doesn't
that needs your leadership and guidance.
It has no fucking house training. Like, seriously? Like
Roxanne makes a great comment. She's like, as an African-American woman, I am finding the term ownership of woman as stated by the traditional wife in question, whom initially made the video, very problematic. Yeah. Again, like the fact that there's this weird. So obviously the leftovers make terms up for everything and anything.
100%.
And now the right starts doing it too. And I'm like, wait, y'all, like, by the way, for everyone listening, the left hates me and the right does too. Like, I think the right, the left are fucking mental masturbators and the right are weak people constantly responding and not fucking leading. Like, we good. Like, we good. I'm hated by all sides. Correct. Everyone's fucking mentally masturbating about ideas constantly. No. Yeah, so yeah, ownership. I fucking again, I have to show you the video. I'm gonna see if I can even find the fucking video.
I sent it to you, so maybe it's in.
No, I know you sent me her, but like she went viral so many times because of her like great clickbait.
Oh yeah.
So if I can find the video where all the men were like, "Oh, finally, woman who understands and says this truth."
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't, and I was like, I saw the person who shared it. Mm-hmm. I want to believe he's a well-meaning person, but it's like,
was it a guy?
Sadly.
Well, this is the thing. This one thing. It's traditional porn. Like the guys are sharing this. Women are not. Like, again, the comments are filled with guys being like, "Oh my God, can you teach my wife? Oh my God, what do you mean?" But like, even this, right? The fact that men are going to her, "Can you teach my wife?" shows me that you do not, as a man, have even as a traditional porn without nudity, have even misunderstood her assignment, because a man who guides doesn't need a woman to be taught
by another woman. Run your shit. You're the owner. Fucking run your shit.
So what you mean to tell me is that you want a docile person.
Right. Which is fine. I mean, look, to each their own, whatever. But like, if you're not clear on what, here's the problem. These men who complain that, oh, can you teach my wife that? No. Why don't you figure out what the fuck you want? And lay that shit out and make a goddamn plan and show her that you've got shit well in hand. How about you do that? How about you bring your balls and invite them to the fucking table? She'd appreciate that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, because right now you have them locked away somewhere, and apparently you're offering them to home slice over there for her to actually be your intercessor and arbiter for how to behave as a wife. Like, on what fucking planet?
Also, the idea that a man knows how to be a better wife than a woman. It's like the feminist telling, no, real masculinity. Shut the fuck up. What do you know?
No, you bring you to the table as a man. If you really want to do this, bring yourself to the table as a man. Come up with a fucking plan. Say, this is how it's going to be. I've got it in hand. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. This is taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. And I would like it very much if we could have this life. This is my vision.
And you better have it. You better when you say like, hey, I wanted this in this life, you better got it. You better have that.
Yeah. Do you have the means to get that? Yeah.
I'm still looking for that post. I will recognize it when I see it.
Yeah. But that kind of stuff, like, it's like, look, I would rather a man want to learn how to be more assertive. I do want that. I don't like the fact that men are turning into sacks of mayonnaise. I would rather them be these strong buildings and foundational components of society. Okay, like that. I would rather that. I want that for society.
Yeah. For everyone involved, by the way, for themselves.
Correct.
Again, the world. Right, everyone.
In general, be that, because when men were that, we did great things. Okay, so like, do that. Don't be this fucking limp-wristed person who's kind of like waiting for like space trash, waiting for the next direction to go in.
Ooh,
Yeah, like
ooh.
quit being that, you know, like, but at the same time, you don't need to
Found
further
it.
domesticate women. That's not it. Like, you need to show women that there is value in who she is as a woman and to trust that in herself. Like, there's a lot of intuitive things that women inherently do that if they trusted it and leaned into it, they'd be fine, you know, and feminism has them fearing that part of themselves,
Yeah.
to be fair. And
Yeah.
if you wanted to really undo it, you would actually encourage femininity rather than trying to find a new catchphrase for what it is to relate to a man, you know? Like, she didn't do anything. She moved nothing. It was like the most, it was just such a vapid take, you know?
I want to read you the original one that I told you about.
Oh God. Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Before you come at me, hear me out. Men's love language is sex. Give him a lot of it or lose him. Women, listen up and don't come after me. Men's number one love language is sex. Not words, not gifts, not quality time or acts of service. It's sex. Raw, frequent, enthusiastic sex. There are studies out there that show that men who have regular, satisfying sex report a way higher confidence level, lower stress, better mood, and a deeper emotional attachment to their partner. There's another study out there that found men with frequent sex 2 or 3 times a week had significantly higher testosterone levels, more self-esteem, and felt more in love. Another study found that married men deprived of sex show increased cortisol, irritability, depression symptoms. You think he's just tired or lost interest? No, he's starving. You're starving you are starving men of primary way to feel powerful, loved, and desired. He becomes insecure and distant, and eventually that confident king turns into a sulky passive beta. Men bond through sex. It's biological, physiological, and it's wired into them. Frequent sex equals dopamine hits, oxytocin flood, testosterone spikes, and he becomes happy, grateful, protective, and providing alpha. Male, deny him of that, you get a man who withdraws, who gets passive aggressive, or worse, starts looking elsewhere. But if he can't get his love language at home, his brain will scream, go find it elsewhere.
She wrote that.
She said that. And the comments.
Oh my God. It's a forensic festival of like men just.
Oh my God. Yes, I am depressed because I'm not getting enough pussy. Yes, but this is even the insinuation, right? That if I give him look, it's not only that you want sexual gratification, you want enthusiastic sex, right? So if I don't give you enthusiastic sex, therefore you become tired, more depressed, you turn away. And I'm just like, that's not really how it works, right? Like, you show up in a way that makes me want to be enthusiastic at sex. What do you mean? What do you mean? I have to. So now we're really prostituting ourselves out. I have to do this for you, then you become more protective. Oh, I might as well just fucking be alone then.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing, is like, where is his responsibility in all of this? Like,
is he a child?
Like, I'm not his fucking entertainment. Like,
he wants not just his dick sucked or something. No, enthusiastic sex.
Right.
So you want me to be like, again, like,
right?
Dude, I'm fucking working 16 hours a day. What do you mean?
Right. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it's just like, I feel like sex is one of those things where when you have both delivered on each other's emotional needs, it becomes safe to be vulnerable with each other. Yeah. Right? Like, if I were to just reduce it to something as simple as that, that's
Say
what it
more.
is. Say more. I was like, so I'm over here saying, I want to feel safe, right? He's like, I want to feel peace when I come home.
Mm-hmm.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
We good? Let's go. Right? Like, that's why, like, anytime he goes and starts running interference and he does something like that's like protective, I'm like, yeah, that's happening.
You're getting some enthusiastic sex tonight.
You will see my full enthusiasm today. My
Right.
enthusiasm will be showing up shortly.
It's like, it's just naturally spiked.
That's right. But I get turned on by that, just like he gets turned on by seeing things like when he comes home from work, fucking traffic's bullshit, somebody cut him off, boss is being a dick, whatever it is, right? World is being an asshole. He comes home, house is peaceful, it's clean, dinner's ready, everything's just kind of chill. Wife's just sitting there, hey, welcome home, glad to see you, kiss. Okay. You know, that is the preliminary piece.
You have to elaborate more on the safety thing, though, because from a primal, I don't know, linguistic binary aspect, safety means the absence of danger, right? You and I don't live daily in danger, right? So it's not like just because so men think, but you are safe. Yeah, not because if you did something, just because the world is safe right now, right? You are not out there.
Country in a suburb.
Right. You did not do anything for that. That's not the safety we speak. And I do have a problem with that language. Well, we have to elaborate on that.
Yeah, well, that's
fair. Coming back to the moment a woman has to work for her own financial stability, right? When you're not in one income household, a huge part of safety is gone. Because if she doesn't show up for her finances, there is actual drowning. The whole couple is drowned
security. Correct.
Right.
Security of finance. Right. Sure.
Right. So there's a certain security. Not just like, oh, hey, the cheetahs ain't attacking us. Yeah, that's again, you as a man did not do anything for that. So safety is much more, it's a much more emotional aspect.
Yeah.
And a sense of being rather than the absence of physical threats.
Well, I will say this for me, and perhaps there are others who might agree with this, but I'll tell you what gives me that feeling. Because I noticed, I started catching that, in myself, like, what is it that actually gives me that sense of like security with him, right?
Yeah.
It's when he demonstrates he can tell right from wrong, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Like you'll see a post and I'll be like, what the fuck, right? I'll show him a post. Okay. And he'll look at that and his response shows me that he's like, oh, fuck no. What the hell's wrong with you? Like when his disapproval of a wrong thing, right? Where I'm like, so if that ever presented itself, I know that his first response to that would be pissed, right? And that he would do something about it. So if there's an article about a child predator, right?
Sure.
Right? There's an article about a guy who gets constantly released back into society after committing crimes. He's pissed, right? Like he's disturbed by these things and he's upset by these things. And he's like, like even if he says it, flippantly and he goes, they need the wood chipper, bring back the guillotine, right?
We love the wood chipper.
And we love the fucking guillotine. And we're, like, and but when he says stuff like that towards things and it's like, and you realize he would know when something is wrong. His senses are up, right? And that's how I feel protected. And that's how I feel safe, is that when we're surrounded by bad stories happening to other people in the real world, in our world, right? In the first world, that his response to it is an immediate, not like, well, I kind of want to hear both sides, because was she really, a kid? Because she was only 15. And then it's like, I'm not hearing that shit. I hear that shit, I would run out the fucking door, right?
Oh, 100%.
If you're trying to make excuses for why it's okay to rape kids, my shit's not packed. I'm not the one who sucks. Your shit is packed and it's waiting outside, and I've changed the locks, right? Like, I don't feel safe anymore. Like, but it's the fact that he has these responses to things that are clearly wrong, and he can demonstrate in just his response What is the difference between right and wrong, and what makes him angry, and what drives him to be protective of people.
I love everything. And I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm exploring with you. Since we live in a modern world, where do small nuances come in? Because one of the major argument that people always have, right? Like when we're still talking about like the sexual dynamic between couples right now, right? Is that the woman is like, yo, I'm constantly just fucking behind, right? I'm working and I'm trying to clean the house. And then the man goes like, but yeah, okay, so who cares if the house isn't clean, right? But how much of that does that nuance of the understanding of right and wrong apply to small things like that, since we don't have the big, large extremes of child predators like necessary in our day-to-day life, right? Unless we seek it. So the understanding of like, hey, I'm trying to, it's hard for me to come up with like basics because I don't necessarily have the basics, but like, what's something like the guy throwing his socks next to the laundry basket, right? That's like a cliche classic, right?
Yeah.
And then the woman goes like, why can't you, like, it's the same effort, why don't you put it in the laundry basket? And then he goes like, oh, she's just nagging. How much does that play into the same understanding of right and wrong?
Fair. No, and I think that's fair, right? Like that there are aspects of that where it's like, so now it's like, okay, so we go from the most primitive, right? Lion
really hard
is coming, whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is, okay, we're now in civilized society, but there are criminals, and there are violent criminals. There's rapists, there's murderers, there's child molesters, whatever. Okay. And now we're seeing how you respond to that. Fair. Next here is internally, right? So we've brought it closer to home and closer to our current reality, day to day. And that is, are you doing these things? Are you behaving in this way because you are protective of me, right? Or are you just offended by something, right? There's a difference. The motivation is different, right? Like when you see something, like if you saw a news story and you responded viscerally and said, that's fucked up, get out the wood chipper. Are you saying that just because that's a wrong thing? Or are you saying that because you actually feel like if that ever came to my house, I'd actually get the fucking wood chipper and I make your shit disappear because that would never be anywhere near my house, right? Like the way Chris would say, Chris kind of is like very protective of the fact that he would never let a man go into the bathroom after me, right? Like if I go to the bathroom, right, he would never let a man go in.
Yeah,
like he'd just stand in the way and he'd take whatever to prevent that from happening. He's like, he just wouldn't. So I know that, right? But it's for me. Otherwise, what the fuck does he care? Like, fine, go do it, whatever, you weirdo, right? But my wife is in there, so no, right? So the answer is absolutely not.
Yeah.
So right, and that's it. So that's for me in particular, right? So now his behavior around the house, recognizing my priorities and what's important to me and what makes me feel at peace and what makes me feel good about, and so I'm not constantly thinking about other things, right? And I'm not my head's not somewhere else, but I can focus on him. How can I get there from here? I've got a lot going on. House needs to be clean. Dishes are still this, whatever, right? Can he jump in and do and behave for me again, right? In a way that says, I need to make sure she's still locked in. Like, what can we do to get her brain locked in on me, right? Like, okay, you're clearly frantic about X, Y, and Z. So like, Chris will do stuff like that. Like he's not, and I get it. Like I understand that I have a different standard of cleanliness than a normal person. So I never expect him to be like me in that way.
And it requires a certain self-awareness. That's why it was hard for me also to come up with it, because like it's right. Yeah. I have extremely high standards. Right. For one, I am very capable to uphold those standards, right? So I'm not expecting something that is just like a fairy tale. For one, it's something that I'm absolutely willing and capable and able to uphold myself. Yeah. I will never expect that of others. There's some self-awareness, right? However,
right. But he'll take the laundry out and go make the bed with the clean sheets. He'll put his clothes away. He'll do the dishes at night. He'll do stuff like that. He steps in and does stuff so that I can be cleared of that and not have to sit there and I'm not encumbered with having to do all of it myself. or it doesn't get done, right? Like the feeling of like, if I don't do it, no one will, sucks. That is a heavy feeling.
But like, seriously though, like, I think there's a huge misunderstanding. Like the weight of, if no one else does it, it's not going to get done. That's and now we're talking about modern society where we both have to work, right? Where we both have to make the money. That's not a, I hate to use that term, but it's not a fair. And fair is shit because it's like, ugh.
It isn't. It isn't. So here's the thing, right? I have a deep resentment for feminism, for compelling women to leave their post in society, right? And that I would inherit that because it didn't happen in my generation. It happened in my mom's generation, perhaps a little bit before that, right? So I'm simply an inheritor of this, whatever this is, right? I didn't choose this, really. I mean, I guess I could have. I could have done something that could have gotten me a man who would be willing to let me be a traditional one. I wasn't raised to even think like that. Okay. I was raised to think like a fucking hippie because my mom's a boomer and she's a hippie. Like that's what it is. So it's like my parents were like that. And so I didn't think about that stuff until much later in life. Okay. So the idea, and so I do resent that piece, but that was a setup. I can't blame men, right? I can't say,
absolutely.
And this feminism was not a male movement. It was something men allowed. So I can resent them for that piece, but I can't resent them for a movement that women decided to take upon themselves.
Absolutely.
You can't say, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to be a mom. I don't want to stay at home. I want to go do what you do, men. Okay, fine, go do it. But you can't expect men to say, now I want to do what you do. They never asked for that.
Sure.
To be fair, men never said, I want to be a domestic engineer. I want to raise the kids. I want to clean the house. I'm totally
absolutely. I want to be cooking.
Men never said that. Women said that about men, but men never said aspirationally, I want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm not going to put it on the man to say, well, now you have to take on my responsibilities too, and you have to enable this, right? I will say that men who participate in the household in some way, as Chris does, he does it because he has to live here too, right?
Well, this comes back to a standard for yourself.
Correct.
Right. So like, it's not a just because I have a wife that also works or a girlfriend that also works, therefore it's now I have to aspire to have some domesticated chores. No, it's because you have a certain standard of living that you want to uphold.
Correct. And and also I would say that, he, like you say, he still wants to have a clean house and all of these things, but there's the practical element of saying, I'm going to participate in some of this because I recognize that, it's hard. Like I get it. And it needs to get done and I want to go to bed, like there is a practical, but I will say this, in this house, on a regular, normal day, right, where shit's not going crazy, he's the man. He fixes everything. He puts everything up. If it requires climbing on something, he climbs it. If it needs to be, hammered, he hammers it. So like all things that need fixing, right down to taking the trash out, the man will do it. All things like that, anything to do with the outside of the house, he's the one who always finds things wrong. He's like, hey, this is broken. We got to fix this. And he's the guy who's so sensitive about that. Like, he is structurally in tune with this house. Like, which is like me. I'm just like, oh, I should put this somewhere else. It would look better if I moved the vase up here. That's me. So like, I'm cleaning and curating. He's fixing. Okay. So on an everyday basis, he does that. If he's fixing something for me or he's building something or whatever it is, when I jump in and I help him, that's exactly what it is. I can hold something. I can pass him something.
You're just happy with holding a hammer and be like, I'm part of this.
I can bring a sandwich. I can do all sorts of shit, right? But in the end, I'm helping him do man shit around the house. And I know that.
Right.
When I'm doing all the cleaning, right? And he jumps in and says, hey, I'll get the laundry. It's not much different. He's helping. as far as I'm concerned. The ways for me is that he's
no,
helping me.
Yeah. So no, I'm yes to everything you said, and I'm playing with it right now, just in my mind, is that I'm comparing it to politics, right? People have ideas that they're not living up to themselves. So my thing is, you cannot expect your husband to be a provider if you cannot provide for yourself. You as a man cannot expect for your house to be clean if you cannot clean yourself. Whether you do it doesn't matter. Again, it's all these bitches who are like, I want a high fucking paying society. No, you better fucking be able to understand what it takes to make a life of such wealth yourself. Then you can demand it. And likewise, as a man, you better be able to clean that house if it's something you demand.
That's right.
So that's my nuance in this. Both ways, right? Both ways.
It's not
Otherwise,
about whether you
we're just talking about ideas constantly. It should be, it ought to be. No.
Right.
You get to require, demand, and want things if you can provide them for yourself.
Right. And I fully understand the fact that, like, if, like, and we've talked about it before, like, if I ever passed away, right, I passed away first, what would life be like for him? And I know that he would downsize his life. He would have, he would go and get like a 1-bedroom shack on 40 acres of land.
Viking is always like, the only reason why men have houses is because of women. Otherwise, they would have lived in a tent or a camper or a fucking cave.
And I fully understand that. And I get it. His standard of living is much, not lower, but just much more stripped down. It is. And he doesn't need much to be happy. The house is decorated the way it is because that delighted me. Like, that was 100% me. Every single thing is like, everything that's here is me, and I get it. And so he indulges that, and he's like, I love how you curate the house. I think it's great. It's great to come home to. I would have never thought to do any of this. He's like, but I love it. It's homey. It's my home, and I know that, and it feels good, and I love it. But if you ever passed away, I would probably give all this to your kids, and I'd move off into a 1-bedroom home on an acre of land by a river.
On a mattress on the floor.
On an air mattress on the floor, correct. And maybe a ham radio. That'd be about it. And a lantern.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, that's it. And it's, but he knows that, but that's him. So it's like, yeah, I can take care of myself, but the way I would do it is not the same as what you do for me. Right. So my life is 10x better because you're here doing this, right? And if I were on my own, if he passes away, right, and something were to happen, while I might keep all of this because, it's what I did, I know that I would have to hire somebody to do everything that he did.
So that was my next one. That's the counter version. So you have to be the provider financially in order to hire out that what needed to be done. That's part of it. Absolutely.
You have the shit that he does. He does it better. He does it faster. He does it, he does it with far more confidence than I will. I could look it up. I could try to do it myself. I'm sure. I'm not going to, and I know who I am, again, with the self-awareness, right? Like, so it is what it is. But that's the thing is, like, could we survive without each other? Yes. Would life be better that way? No. Right? Our life is exponentially better together. I didn't just get him, right? I got him boosting my life like this, and I boosted his life like this because he already had an existence. I already had an existence. It was that each of us brought a major enhancement that was complementary and not redundant to the relationship.
And I think this is where, like, the both opposite spectrums, like feminism and the traditional porn without nudity, that's just like both have it wrong because they both want the other person to do the enhancement, right? The feminists are all about like, oh, me just by virtue of my being and existence is fucking radiant. And the trans are like, I can't be anything else without him.
Right. They're two extremes, right? That aren't real.
Not real.
They're not real. And when you try to live a life where and try to impose that onto reality, you become a really miserable bitch.
Yes.
And insufferable. Like, so, you do. Like,
and the men become all like resentful. Like, why isn't my bitch this way? The women are like in either direction. Clearly I'm not doing it well. Like, no, because you're trying to put something on reality that doesn't fit there.
That's right. And there is a way, like I think when I hear traditional, right, and I think that's like you say, these terms have gotten to be too fucking stupid and stretched out, and like they don't mean anything anymore. But when I think about traditional, it isn't that, it isn't anything more than people just being comfortable in their femininity and in their masculinity.
Yeah.
And just being comfortable, like being normal. And it's like, I think we've strayed so far from what it is to be healthy in that space that it's like everybody is like taking a stab in the dark and saying, well, is this what it is to be healthy? But it's all performative. I'm like, if you have to perform it, chances are no. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
If you need to script it, chances are no. If you need to put it, if you feel the need, that's like people who cry into their phones and post that shit on Instagram. It's like, why are you posting your mental instability online? Like, don't do that. Like quit performing that shit. Like I've gotten to the point where it's just like when I see stuff like that, I'm like, that's how I know it's not fucking real. Because you got to perform it.
And it's like the feminine, yes. And the femininity for women is like performative, and the masculinity for men too, right? Look at me doing, like, going to boy camp and, splitting wood. Baby boy, that's not masculinity.
Right. It's not it. You missed it.
No, it ain't it. You missed it.
Right. And it's like, what's the difference? It's like, because you have to perform womanhood or perform manhood, you're literally no different than a tranny. You just happen to have the chromosomes. That's it. But that's what you're doing. You're a woman in woman face. You're a man in man face, and you're just performing this thing. And you don't know. And you've taken every stereotype and tried to just perform it for people. And it's just like, what kind of vaudevillian shit is this? Like, you're not. None of this shit is real. And that's like Instagram though. In general, it's like this shit ain't real. It's filtered. It's curated. It's inauthentic. It's like it's clickbait.
And it's the only reason right now we have OnlyFans models, male ones, that are all these like buff, wood chipping, axe splitting, and they make look, and I'm like, this is the cringiest fucking shit on the fucking planet. Like, this physically hurts me.
Well, I mean, the thing is it's like what is the most attractive is a man who doesn't need the attention. That's the most attractive man. So like, I've never been attracted to a man who tries to get attention. So it's like, that's the thing is, it's like one of the reasons why, I think, and I would say it's the same with your husband as it is with mine, is that he just kind of goes about his day.
Right.
And like, very routine, right? Very structured, and he has his routine, he does his thing, but he's not thinking, I wonder what she thinks of me right now. I wonder if I could go and, and tell her the time, and it's like, he's not doing that. Like, he's not peacocking all the time, and that's and that it's not even about the confidence, because I don't think he's conscious about what he's doing. He's just doing. He's just existing as a dude in the world. And he goes about his business. And I'm just like, that's the most attractive shit right there. It's just a guy who goes about his business and isn't like looking to see who else is checking him out.
It's so funny because like sometimes I read some of these like boy camps to my Viking, and he's like, men would never do that.
Of course not.
Like a whole week of where you split wood and like do and like lift logs or something like back to back, and he's like, that's what fucking low T people do. And I'm like,
right.
And then he gets out and he like lifts a whole log, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so hard. Not performing. He's just lifting the log because it was on the road.
Right. But that's the thing. Like, that's the thing. It's like, he's just doing shit. Like, and that's like women performing womanhood is like, it is cringy. It's cringy to watch, because I'm just like,
oh, like, oh, I'm so they're almost like cosplaying naivete. Oh, right. Just like floating like a dandelion, like through where the wind goes.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't with that, because I'm just like, that ain't the look, and that ain't it. Because I know what I do every day, and that's not it. And I'm no less of a woman for doing what I do all day. Like, so
I am going to make a really, really brutal statement right now.
Do it.
I am cautious of people who are glorifying the trad porn
Sure.
to have pedophilia tendencies, because wanting a woman to float around filled with naivete is only girls of until like age 12. After your first menstruation, life comes at you real fucking hard.
Right.
And you don't have the naivete anymore. So the men who are attracted to that, I'm always side eyeing. I'm like, they always want the women to look a certain way, like a flawless, natural, right? Again, it's borderline pedophilia to me. I said it.
I mean, yeah, I do wonder about that stuff. Like, have you ever seen like the cases that people make about like, or like the discussions people have about the age of consent?
Well, yeah, because I'm European and the age of consent in Europe is 15 or 14. And all Americans are like, oh no. And I'm like, I don't really know how to feel about this. Because
but it's never, but you know what? They're not talking about a 17-year-old fucking a 16-year-old. Okay.
No.
They're talking about a 38-year-old fucking a 19-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, and I'm just like, and they're like, is there something wrong with this? And it's like, well, they're both adults. They're both consenting. No. And I'm like, okay, but yeah, but you know what? My daughter's going to turn 19. And if she brings home a 38-year-old man,
it's going to be a no.
It's going to be a hard no.
Yeah.
I have access to all of these desert places where people don't go.
Yeah.
I will fucking drop his body off there piece by piece between here and Tucson. There's no chance. There's no chance. Like there's no scenario where my daughter dates somebody who's 38 years old.
Yep.
At 19. She can date somebody at 38 years old when she's 35.
Well, and there's an aspect, like, because my husband is 14 years older, right? Okay. Well, I met him when I was fucking 36.
There's that, right? You're 36 years old. Like you're an older, yeah.
I'm old now.
Yeah, like
I'm old.
But it's completely. But 19-year-old, but everybody knows it's wrong, right? Like you just know in your head, what is the motive? So like going back to your point about what the whole trad thing, what is the motive? I question the motives. Yes. To what extent, I don't know, but I haven't really given it that much thought. But like, I would say like, I question the motive the way I question a 38-year-old man going for a 19-year-old. I question it. I really do.
And there's and I see this fucking argument all the time, and I stay out of it consciously because I'm like, this is gonna get real fucking ugly. So there's this whole like, men's sexuality is attracted to the most fertile girl, which is usually, a 17, 19, 20, early 20. And the porn industry is obviously filled with that. And I'm like, the fact that y'all are all attracted to fucking 18-year-old lookers, to the fact that it's now a whole industry where 28-year-old women pretend to be 18 and they're making millions, not as an exception. Like, it's not like 1 out of fucking every 2 million makes so much money. No, this is the industry right now. That's a fucking problem for me.
But that's the thing, right? It's like the question is like, okay, so it goes back to motive. Are you looking to just put your dick in a warm place, or are you looking for a wife? Like, because all you trad motherfuckers out there who want a trad wife, that's a commitment. That's a relationship. That's roots. Like that's getting a house and building a family and understanding that she's going to put her body through some shit. Right?
Also, like, what the fuck do you want a naive, like, fucking young woman? What the fuck is she gonna do? Listen to you?
What is she bringing to the table other than the fact that is it that she doesn't challenge you in any way?
Obedience. She brings obedience. So again, then we're going back to, you better, as a guy, as the traditional one, like, you better know how to fucking clean the house and explain it to her, because apparently you know better how to be a naive, like, young girl than a girl itself.
That's right. I'm like, like my parents were 8 years apart.
Right.
And that plus the fact that they came from completely different cultures, right? Like my dad's from New York, my mom's from Japan. Like they're not the same. Like they couldn't be more different, right? So, but the age started to come into play when he was like, I want to retire. And she's like, I'm not close to retirement yet. I want to have, she's saying, I want to have kids. And he's saying, I'm done having kids. Like the 8 years means something. Like that's significant in the 20s, 30s, 40s, as you start to go through life, if he's hitting a stage of life that you're not in, that becomes problematic very quickly, and I watched it and I get it, and I remember saying, I've seen this and I need, it's not to say that the age thing matters in stages of life, because there's a stage of life everybody goes through. I went through the stage of life. We're all graduating college. We're all getting married. We're all having kids. It doesn't matter if my friend, some of my friends didn't have kids, but like it was the stage, right? Mm-hmm. So like if they didn't have kids, their sister had kids and their friends were having kids. Somebody was having kids at that age. Somebody was getting married at that age. And then there's retirement, right? At some point, I'm going to hit a point where like my friends are dying, right? Like it's a whole story arc of life and time, right? And so if my dad is hitting his retirement age and my mom is still well within her career and she doesn't want to give it up, then what? Like he wants to move out to the boonies and my mom's like, no, I got to stay and take care of my mom. Like this is, it's irreconcilable. It really is. It's irreconcilable. And so if you're going to be 38 picking up on a 19-year-old, what is she exactly bringing to the table other than her fertile eggs? Like
word. That she probably doesn't want to like give up, by the way.
Fertile eggs and her taut skin. What is she bringing to you? Mm-hmm. I mean, on a day-to-day basis, is she challenging you intellectually? Because that's embarrassing.
What does that say about you?
Right. You're challenging her, but is she actually challenging you? What life experience is she pulling from exactly, to which she can say, I can relate to this because I had this experience. What experience did you have at 19? Like, and are you taking advantage of the fact that she's had certain experiences? Like, are you exploiting that? Because like, I have issues, but I don't just have issues with the man picking up on her. I do question her motives. I mean, I'm sorry, but you're 19 years old.
Look, no, but this is so, and this is coming from East Europe, right? Like I was raised, and culturally we are very clear and transparent about it, to find significantly older men to a different level that would make the average American cringe, to absolutely perform a sensual obedience wifey role, as in the sense of a trophy wifey, not a like, I'm creating this empire with you and of fertility or something, in order to escape the poverty and stuff, right? Like, so we even have seduction schools in East Europe, which everyone should, like, just Google seduction school. There's a documentary about it. Like, it would make the average American fucking, and I'm like, and I realize that difference, right? Because her motivation is to financial stability and safety, economic safety.
But that's old. That's old school. That's very old school.
So you're looking she's very aware what she's giving for that in exchange.
That's right. That's right. I mean, but you can tell that that's coming from a second or third world country. Like that's not a developing country. That is not first world behavior.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, but that's the thing, is it's like, I don't know. Again, there's the romanticizing of that shit too, right? That I'm not particularly fond of. It's like, I get it. But I think there's people who want to go back to the old world and they don't have all the pieces of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have the full picture. They're taking components of it and then they're blowing it up and they're saying, oh, we got to do this. And it's almost like they're operating off of clues, rather than a real story of how things were. And I'm like, look, I have no problem being the stay-at-home mom, whatever. I would have gladly done that. I would have, like, I have no problem being at home. I had no problem taking care of kids and cleaning the house. I'm really good at it. I'm a good cook. I know that. And it's like, and so I was definitely suited for it. I think, like, it's the fact that nobody has a clear picture in their heads of the reality of that dynamic. And so when they dive into that stuff, they're going in half baked on the ideas, They don't want that modern I get wanting to turn down that modern shit. I get wanting to turn down, feminism and all of that. I fully
Absolutely.
understand that.
Fully
And I
understand.
get it. And if you're running in the opposite direction to the next extreme, you're not going to get anything better. But I get the response. I get the anything but this shit because I'm done with it. I'm done with the feminism. I'm done with the liberation. I'm done with the bra burning and the man bashing and all. I don't want to do this anymore. What can I do? Well, I have to go look back in the archives, and I don't have anything because everything has been given this, this veneer of either uber romantic or uber oppressive. I have no real authentic representation of what to expect in an actual traditional setup. And I don't know how to go about this, but I feel like I should do something like this. But it's like when you look back, you're like, okay, he went off for 3 months working on a railroad, in the early 1900s somewhere.
Yep.
And was mailing home money while she was taking care of the farm and the
whole farm.
The whole farm. The kids were helping. And by 13, her kids were A, betrothed, B, already capable of running a farm themselves, could fully cook, sew, and do everything, and was fully educated and literate by 13 years old. So, like, you're not doing that. You're not Amish. You're not doing that. So what's the next best thing that you can do to move yourself closer to a more healthy dynamic at home? Can you just do that? Because trying to come up with new fucking labels, trying to do some extreme shit is setting yourself up for further disappointment.
It's the same thing over and over, right? Everyone wants the rewards of the thing, but no one wants to do what it takes to reap those rewards, right? Everyone wants the 6 abs, no one wants to work out. Everybody wants a trad wife, nobody wants to make so much money that the trad wife can actually exist. Vice versa, right? Everybody wants a rich husband, but no one is actually fucking take care of yourself. You better, if you want a rich husband, you better fucking look fucking flawless.
Right.
You better fucking excel at cocksucking, baby. Like, you better no, I'm telling you, like, that's the reality of it.
Right.
Right? Like, both ways.
Right. But that's not, and I think that original lady that did all the things that managed to annoy me. And I think, I would say that's not the look. Like, I wouldn't follow that. And I don't see any inspiration from that. And I don't think that she's actually trying to be inspiring as much as she is just trying to collect a check.
Word. And with that being said, we fucking solved it. I'm so glad you brought it up after the last podcast. I'm like, oh, we're diving into this shit.
For real. Like, I was like, fuck. I should. I had many regrets that day. I was like,
many regrets. Many regrets were made. Epic. I'm going to go into my pedicure. Because that's the only thing that's pretty around me, my toes, because they're protected by boots. My hair is damaged by the wind. My nails, non-existent by the horses. My toenails, though, protected by my boots.
Got it.
Everyone, diamonds and demons. See y'all next week.